Behind the gold towers and big headlines lies the untold story of 5 secret Trump real estate deals that changed American cities.
You've heard of Trump Tower, but these 5 hidden deals reveal how Donald Trump quietly reshaped America's skyline forever.
Donald Trump's real estate journey reads like an American saga of ambition, timing, and a relentless chase for prestige. Most people know about the towering Trump Tower in Manhattan or the opulent Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, but hidden behind the glitz and headlines are 5 real estate deals that defined his business instincts and reshaped parts of America's skyline in ways few noticed. These were deals that blended political timing, urban transformation, and strategic branding, all classic Trump trademarks. It's the kind of story that peels back the layers of the man who branded himself as the deal maker, showing not only his big wins, but also the gambles that shaped his legend. The first deal takes us back to Cincinnati, Ohio in the 1970s, a city that was far from the Manhattan glamour Trump craved. Trump partnered with a group of investors to develop the Hyatt Regency Cincinnati, one of his earliest hotel deals outside New York. The move was bold. At the time, Cincinnati wasn't exactly booming, but Trump saw something others didn't: the rise of corporate travel and convention tourism. With government incentives and shrewd financing, the hotel opened to much fanfare, symbolizing a new era for downtown Cincinnati. It was a low-profile success that quietly built Trump's credibility as a national developer. The local businessman he worked with often described him as aggressive yet strangely charming, someone who could turn skepticism into momentum with sheer willpower. Fast forward to 1981, and Trump turned his attention to Atlantic City. While most developers were betting on Las Vegas, Trump doubled down on the Jersey Shore, seeing the casino boom as an opportunity to merge entertainment, real estate, and brand power. His first major property there, the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, wasn't just a gambling spot. It was a statement. Marble floors, gold-trimmed everything, and a massive T logo that screamed dominance.
Behind the scenes, though, this was one of his most complex deals. He negotiated tax abatements, leveraged state financing, and secured high-interest loans that critics thought would bury him. But Trump's knack for publicity turned the plaza into a destination for celebrities and high rollers. While the casino industry's eventual collapse would haunt his finances years later, the early success cemented his image as the ultimate real estate risk-taker. Deal number 3 unfolded in New York City, and it wasn't flashy at first glance. In 1978, the city was collapsing financially, and the Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Terminal was a crumbling relic. Trump saw a diamond in the rough. He struck a deal with the bankrupt Penn Central Railroad and the city itself, offering to renovate the building in exchange for a 40-year tax abatement. Then he pulled off his signature move, convincing Hyatt Hotels to join him as a partner, transforming the dying structure into the Grand Hyatt New York. It became one of his first true masterstrokes, a mix of political lobbying, brand partnership, and architectural revival. The success gave Trump his first taste of national recognition. More importantly, it taught him how to use public-private deals to create win-win optics. He helped to revive the city while building his empire. By the late 1980s, Trump was thinking international. The 4th deal takes us to the west side of Manhattan, where a stretch of industrial land once owned by the Penn Central became the site of one of the largest private developments in U.S. history, Television City, later renamed Riverside South.
The 77-acre project was staggering in scope. Trump envisioned a new skyline of glittering towers and parks that would redefine the Hudson riverfront. While he never built the project exactly as planned, his role as the initiator of that transformation can't be overstated. Years later, the site became home to some of Manhattan's most desirable luxury residences. This deal showcased Trump's flair for vision over execution. He could see what cities might become before the blueprints even existed. Some critics called him a dreamer, others saw him as a prophet of urban rebirth. The 5th deal, however, might be his most understated triumph. In 1996, Trump purchased the old post office pavilion in Washington, D.C., a decaying federal property with prime location but endless bureaucratic red tape. For years, no developer could make it work. Trump, ever the opportunist, negotiated a long-term lease with the U.S. government and transformed the site into the Trump International Hotel. The restoration cost over $200 million and faced legal challenges, protests, and political scrutiny. Yet when the doors opened in 2016, it instantly became one of the most profitable hotels in America. What made it remarkable wasn't just the opulence, but the audacity. Trump took a symbol of governmental stagnation and turned it into a global hospitality statement. Whether you admire or critique him, that project symbolized his approach. Find what's broken, rebrand it, and make it a spectacle.
Each of these 5 deals carried its own narrative. Cincinnati showed his early courage. Atlantic City revealed his appetite for risk. The Grand Hyatt proved his deal-making finesse. Riverside South displayed his visionary scope. And the old post office highlighted his ability to blend politics, real estate, and showmanship. Together, they form a mosaic of a man who understood not just property, but perception. Real estate, for Trump, was never just about square footage. It was about storytelling, selling the dream before the concrete even dried. He saw every building as a stage, every deal as an episode in his larger-than-life series. Looking at these lesser-known deals reminds us how the art of real estate mirrors the art of timing. Trump's secret was never luck. It was reading the cultural and economic temperature better than most. He thrived in chaos, used publicity as leverage, and turned controversy into currency. Whether in Cincinnati or Washington, Trump's real estate playbook was about one core belief: control the narrative and you control the value. So next time you pass a gleaming skyscraper or a revived downtown block, remember, behind this glass and steel are deals that shaped not just skylines, but entire eras of American ambition. And sometimes the best stories aren't in the headlines. They're buried in the blueprints. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real estate moves that built a legacy, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that uncover the business moves behind the world's most powerful figures.